And wine number three. This is your 2019 Gruner Veltliner Zweikel. Zweikel? Zweikel?
Zwickel.
Zweikel. There you go. Okay.
So Zwickel is in Austria the unfiltered beer.
Ah.
I love to drink this kind of beers, and that's why I decided to name my unfiltered wine like the beer.
So in nosing this, there definitely is a kind of autolytic yeasty character to it, for sure.
Yeah. So that's the cloudy thing. What you see in the glass, that's yeast. So that's really the natural yeast. What is in the wine after the fermentation. And I love to drink this stadium right after fermentation, directly out from the cask. And the idea was to produce a wine where you can bring this stadium of the wine into the bottle. So after fermentation, there is, of course, a lot of sedimentation immediately after fermentation. And then the fine lees, you are putting in another cask for another weeks. For some other weeks, and then we bottle the wine without the filtration. So you get this yeasty character into the wine.
It does make a lot of difference to the texture of the wine also, right?
Yeah. So it's creamier, it's yeastier, it's more, for me, it's a little bit more balanced. But it's very interesting because we have the same wine. We call it Hefeabzug. So it's really totally the same wine, but filtered.
Right.
And it's really funny to taste these wines next to each other, that you really have these, you can compare them. And it's so funny that about 50% like this wine and the other 50% like the other wine, because it would be much easier if everybody would like the Zwickel or the Hefeabzug better, then I just bottle all the wine for Zwickel or for Hefeabzug. But it's really 50%, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine this being a polarizing wine. I enjoy it, but there's some people who prefer the kind of, I guess, the pristine cleanliness of the filtered wine. But there's a wine for everyone, right?
Yeah. And also, just there's a wine for a perfect summer day.
Yeah. And finally, we come along to the only Riesling here. Their 2019 Wachau Federspiel again. Riesling Ried vom Stein. What's the story here?
So vom Stein is a vineyard which is it's not a steep slope, but it's a slope, and it's about 5 to 10 meters of loess, and then you have the gravel stones from the Danube. So Nikolaihof is just 300 meters away from the Danube, and all the vineyards are just around our village mountain. And so a lot of the soil type here is sedimentation from the Danube. It's more the vineyards on the other side. So we have on both sides of the Danube we have vineyards. The part what we have here on the south side of the Danube is part of the Wachau area, and the vineyards what we have on the other side of the Danube, they're 200 meters out of the Wachau area, so that's already Kremstal, and that's terrace vineyards with just a little bit of soil, 20-50 centimeters, and then you have primary rock. So these vineyards are just perfect for Riesling. Gruner Veltliner would not grow. It's grow there, but it's not tasting good.
Ah, right. I see.
So that's yeah. So Gruner Veltliner is much more for the real best Riesling vineyard. So for my Steiner Hung, for example, that's the best soil is just a little bit of soil and then rock.
Yeah,
so
it was on those terraces on the south side that I got that terrible the worst sunburn I've ever had in my life. Seriously, I'll never forget that. No, this is a very accomplished Riesling. This is yeah, I think this needs some food, this one.
Yeah.
It's got that lovely firm acidity, but also that kind of body that one finds in better Riesling from Wachau. Well, I think this is quite a lovely Riesling. I think I should have opened these bottles a little bit earlier. I do think the Austrians did a great job in repackaging all of this wine. But there's an inert gas. I think it's nitrogen they've used to seal all of these up. and it really needs to
Yeah.
blow off before the wine opens up. So I'm going to leave this to breathe for a bit and come back to it a little bit later.
It's for all our wines in general that it's good to decant them just a few minutes before drinking,
Yeah.
or open it a longer time before, especially when you have older Nikolaiof wines. That's because Nikolaiof is very famous for old vintages. So we
Yes.
really store wines for 15, 20. Our oldest wines, what we have in our cellar, is a 1997 Riesling.
Oh boy.
Cask. It's in one of our big old Austrian oak cask, and that's also a very special thing that also Nikolaihof is working biodynamic. We're certified Demeter since not certified because there was no certification in that time. But my parents started working biodynamic in 1971. So really one of the first wineries worldwide who started biodynamic farming. And so all our vineyards are very, very strong, very healthy, perfect soil, immune system is very good. But when they are bottled and they're closed, they're like in a prison. So after opening, they need to breathe, they need some air, and then they can open up again, and then they're perfect after some time in the air.
Well, I'll let these bottles, these mini bottles, breathe a little bit more. Thank you very much for talking us through these wines, Nikki. And hopefully we'll be able to come and visit you again sometime soon once things open up international travel-wise.
Yeah, hopefully. So we are here most of the time. We have a guest house, we have a restaurant, so it's also a very, very nice place for making vacation. It's just 1 hour away from Vienna.
Yep.
So it's really west from Vienna, so quite close in the along Danube. So it's not difficult to go to Vienna and then to Nikolaihof.
I'll make a point of coming to see you next time. Thank you very much, Nikolaus. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, and enjoy the evening. Bye-bye.
So